You ready to go? All right, we are here with our fourth place finishers, Team Sardine Racing. We are delighted to see them here. They had some wonky tracker issues during the race, but that all worked out, and we knew they were coming because TA14 told us that they were heading down the water, and they are here, and they were in fourth place. Well, congratulations on your success at the Subaru Canada Adventure Racing World Championship.
Thank you.
So the first question I have, so you have the de facto microphone talking stick, so you go first. We always like to lead off with the question around, it's very, very hard to capture the race so many days, so many hours really quickly. But what are your first feelings, your first thoughts about the experience and how you're sitting here right now?
I think we learned a lot. So this is our first World Champs. It's a different style of racing. I think it's a lot faster than we've experienced in the past, and we had to step up. And over the course of the race, I think we got stronger and we got faster.
Interesting. And you said it was, so you were expecting the race, and you had said earlier that you only slept for 7 hours during the race.
Yes.
Did you pick up the need to go faster based upon the other teams, how fast they were moving through the transitions and going? Like, did you get pulled down the race course in the beginning and you realized you had to pick up your speed? Was that what triggered that for you?
I think there was a real sense of urgency around the dark zones. So we knew if we didn't hit the stop point in the dark zones, we wouldn't be able to keep up with the leading teams or even the top 10.
It'd get away from you,
yeah.
Right? Exactly. So therefore there was that sense of urgency which forced you to race faster, which therefore put you in a different position than you expected.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. Okay, thank you for that. We're going to pass the talking stick over now. You're allowed to ask for it back, by the way. He doesn't get to keep it the entire time. So your story is very, very interesting, that we had spoken before the race that you were not feeling well. Tell us about how you're feeling now and how you worked through the race.
I'm feeling a lot better now. But I had a bad cold like a week out. Kind of started a week out from the race, and then it turned into a sinus infection like right the day before, and I'm like been slumped in a chair. Like we were ringing around trying to find subs, wondering what our best option was, and the team just, we'll do this and we'll rally, and they pulled me through the first few days, taking packs, pulling me. It was awesome, and and I come good sort of 3 days in, and it was game on.
You just got better.
The
There you go.
Yeah.
You said you were ringing around for subs. Am I interpreting that correctly? That you were considering a new racer going into the race?
Absolutely.
Like somebody like here, like you were in Penticton and you were trying to get another person to race.
Yep, I was in the deep hole.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So let me ask that as a team and his desire to find another teammate. Clearly that worked out very, very well, and he relied upon all three of you. Once you passed the talking stick along, so walk us through how you felt going into the race, knowing you had a teammate that was so a lot of interesting dynamic, right? World Championship, faster race, a sick teammate. How did you think the team managed that so well?
I think we sort of all adjusted our expectations. Like we were willing to take more comfortable sleeping equipment and sleep for longer if we needed to, and just if we came last or had to pull out or just finish and Pete pulls out and just does the pedaling, then that was fine.
So that's kind of great. So you realize that with a sick teammate, and we it's easy to talk now about it because you came in fourth, right? A great result on a tough course, right? So we can talk about it now. But you went into the World Championship knowing that you'd have to adjust your placement to take care of your teammate.
Yeah.
Whereas in some sports, in some places, teammates would happily jettison that teammate because he couldn't fully contribute, but you said no, we're going to stay together as a team.
Yeah, well, if he really was unwell, we would have taken on another teammate.
Well,
we would jettison.
Right. You didn't cross that line, and he was so unwell. It was like you weren't pulling the IV drips out of his arms saying get out of the hospital bed. It was time to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me pass the mic along here. A common question that comes up, and we kind of touched it a little bit with the sleep matter, with the sleep issue. Our viewers are always fascinated with the idea of sleep. It blows their mind that people race for 5 days, whatever it is, and they sleep so little. You said you slept a total of how many hours during the race?
I think we did the math. It was 7.5 or maybe 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you expect to sleep going into the race?
Most of our previous races, we've kind of gone for about 36 hours before we sleep at all, and then we've often kind of slept about 3 hours per 24 hours thereafter.
Okay.
So it depends how long the race is. A 48-hour race, we often wouldn't sleep at all, but into an expedition race, probably maybe 3 kind of reasonable sleeps.
Got it.
And then we'd push for the finish. But this time, we were kind of pressured by the dark zones. We were pressured by trying to stay with some of the faster people that we wanted to be around, because we didn't want to lose that. We just didn't want to lose that elastic and kind of lose contact.
Got it.
And we were, and we were kind of, we were trying to move fast, and so we decided that we'd cut that a bit and have shorter sleeps. Some of them were about an hour, half an hour at times, and they were pretty efficient kind of setup and takedowns.
Yeah, it was quick, right? It was like sleep is sleep, right?
Yeah,
you don't faff around for half an hour before and after. You get down, you put yourself down, you go.
done in like about 60 seconds. She can be
out one of those, out right away.
Yeah,
She's asleep.
Peter's been talking all week in his sleep, so that's been really frustrating for the rest of us. But it's good for him. At least we knew he was sleeping, so he was getting better. But,
So what did you find as a team? What was the most difficult section of the race? What really challenged you? And anyone can answer this question. We could pass the mic along.
I think we found. I think it was certainly for me. I found the trekking stage, which was mostly kind of on hard surface.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really do that in New Zealand, and we knew we had to move fast. Everybody else was running that, and we couldn't run that. But we did run it.
You did run.
We tried to, but we also, that was quite different for what we would normally do, and also it was quite hard on our feet. Normally we'd be moving through bush, very different kind of stuff. This was very repetitive, singular, hard impact, and so I think we all noticed that. But anybody else?
Same. I had a real hard time on the. I'm trying to think which stage it was now. It was after the long packraft on the lakes, where we'd been really working hard to make the cutoff for the road closure, and I was just completely buried after that on the bike up the hill with not much water. That was definitely the hardest for me.
That was hard to see right there.
I was at a real low point.
Before we move on from the question that I have to ask you a question, did you do some drawing on the race, or did someone give you that before the race? What is that? So hold that up for the camera.
This is a friend that's just turned up today from Revelstoke to support us. Yeah.
So someone just came and found you, like a friend from Revelstoke, and gave that to you.
Yeah,
to cheer you along.
Yeah. Just passed this on just now.
There's a very, very strong contingent of people who are following along at home. They've really been asking a lot about you. The world is rooting for you. There's no doubt about it. There's a whole community there. Talk about your nationality, your country pride, what it feels like to come and represent the country so well.
Tough one.
I mean, I don't know if it was a national pride that drove us. We have a very strong team ethos, which is have fun, go fast, race hard, and we stick to that quite strongly. And we've also got an amazing community of adventure racers in New Zealand, and also particularly in Christchurch, where the majority of us live. And I think we have worked hard at building that community around us. So we turn up to the start line as sort of well-rounded athletes, but also well-rounded humans.
Right.
And I don't know, I think thinking about, what's our friend going to think about this thing that we did on the race drives us a little bit. We talk about it a lot. It gives us a lot of morale during the race. So I think it's more the community we've built around the team as opposed to a national pride.
Yeah, you speak the idea, like, the power of being rooted for is a very powerful thing, right? Knowing that there are people whom, and to your point, the idea that the team ethic is driven by the overall ethic around the community that you're with, right? They're good people, you're good people, you want to represent them well, and therefore you go, right? And then in the background, obviously, is your nationality in the larger picture, but more in the forefront is who you are as people and how you represent the community.
Yeah, I think so.
We want to be thoughtful of your time and the idea that your feet hurt and you're sleepy and all of that, but we want to give our racers a chance, and we're kind of on this idea now, to talk about anybody at home they want to say hello to and then they want to acknowledge. Feel free to address the camera directly and talk a bit about that.
Well, first of all, I have to acknowledge my father, Tom. It was his 65th birthday while I was out on course, so I really hope he had a great day celebrating, and I can't wait to celebrate with him when I get back. Yeah, just to everyone who's a Sardine supporter, it just means so much, and yeah, we're stoked. We think we've done our supporters really proud. So, yeah.
Excellent.
I have to first say also happy birthday to my partner Katie, who also had her birthday on while we were out there, and also
it's a great way to start.
Young Benjamin, my son, who's at 2, who she's also been looking after. So thanks very much for enabling us to come over here and race, because it's a real opportunity. And yeah, thanks to obviously the wider friends and family. So great to have you guys all backing us.
I'll say hi to Emily, my partner, and my parents, and yeah, all of our supporters. They're great.
I'm going to give a shout out to the people who support us, kind of not just as a community, but also thanks to Blue Duck, who support us for our boats. They've been amazing. Peter and I have spent quite a lot of time with the company developing the new boat, and it was amazing. It was just a shame it didn't quite make it all the way through. And also the kind of the shops and people who support us back at home, because without them it would be way harder for us to be here. Finally, my niece left me a voice message before we came, saying that she hoped I won, so then she could say that her uncle was famous. So I'm sorry that we didn't manage to win, but hopefully you enjoyed watching, and both of my sons enjoyed it too. I'm sure there will be lots of critique of our navigational route from one of them, and yeah, I hope it was inspirational, because that's what we try and do. We try and make it wonderful. Yeah, so people can see what we can do, and maybe they can do it too.
Well, thank you for your time. Shower well, rest well. We look forward to seeing you. Congratulations again. Very nice. Sardine Racing. Very nice.